America is once again stepping into the leadership role.
The Biden administration is attempting to redefine the United States' role in the global race to combat climate change. President Biden's hallmark goal in this effort is to halve U.S. greenhouse gas emissions by 2030.
To reach these goals, I don't think it's an overstatement to say that really every part of American life is going to be altered in some way if this happens the way that the Biden administration envisions.
Within the first month of his presidency, Biden rejoined the Paris Climate Accord, an international deal Obama originally signed on to.
And if we follow through on the commitments that this Paris Agreement embodies, history may well judge it as a turning point for our planet.
Under President Trump, the United States became the only country in the world to leave the international agreement.
The United States will withdraw from the Paris Climate Accord.
Now, Biden's goals are significantly more aggressive than the original Paris Climate Accord targets.
Every 5 years, countries are supposed to up those pledges and be more aggressive in doing things to slow down climate change. And so Biden comes to the White House at a moment when the world is expected to do that. And the U.S., which has been on the sidelines in recent years, needed to show that it also intends to live up to that.
While Biden faces pushback from Republicans on the potential economic harm in reconfiguring climate-impacting industries like transportation or the power sector,
under the last administration, even from outside disagreement, the U.S. economy proved more than capable of meaningfully reducing CO2 emissions.
Biden frames these climate goals as a way of boosting the economy through job creation.
When people talk about climate, I think jobs. Within our climate response lies an extraordinary engine of job creation and economic opportunity.
They see this as, the biggest economic opportunity since the Industrial Revolution. And this is where the new jobs of the future will be. And so he has very much framed this in a way of a jobs program, basically.
But the timeline is ambitious, and the Biden administration will need to be more specific in its targets and gain congressional support. Meanwhile, some climate activists say the plan still isn't enough.
How long do you think you can continue to ignore the climate crisis, the global aspect of equity and historic emissions, without being held accountable?
The administration was not terribly detailed in exactly how it plans to reach these goals of cutting emissions. It didn't offer this week super specific policies or regulations or funding that it intends to put in place to make all these goals a reality.
The next big global climate check-in will be the United Nations Climate Conference in Scotland this fall.
And I think the judge of success will be if the vast majority of large economies show up in the fall with promises along the lines of what you saw the United States put out this week, that there are just a lot of unknowns about whether we can get there on the timeline that the president has laid out.
The idea of accelerating and punishing the reality that will come if we don't move. We can't resign ourselves to that future. We have to take action, all of us.